wakumanu whiri. I mui te kraki ko te tātou waiatahi, whakatau i wo tātou wairua, ko whakataka te hau.
Whakataka te hau,
Ki te uru. Whakataka te hau, ki te tonga. Kia makina kina ki uta, kia mataratara ki tai, e hia ke ana te atakurara, he tio, he huka, he hau, ti he. China! Taiki!
Wahe te ara ki tūri tapu nui a tū mā tauinga. Te ara whakaronga ki rā ki tū tahi nui tanga. O ngā rangi tū ha ki te toi o ngā rangi. Ki ai o rangi, ki ai o whenua ka reira. Ki tū ana re hua tātahi o te mangaro. Ki ori te tū o ngā uri a tū mā tauinga. Kono āti ratua ki tira. Ki tira tangata. Ka maua ki papatu anuku kei wai rau. Ka maua te hiringa, ka maua te horanga. Mai e ia i o matu kore. Mai e te tikua. Mai e te tawhato. Mai e te kāhui atua. Kai aia ki rite, kai aia ki tau, kai aia ki rapa, kai aia ki mai. Tūturu whuti whakamau ki e Tina.
Tina!
Haumi e hui e
Taiki! Inoho, inoho.
pāti tua, ka pāti waho, ka painga rāka o te waunui a tāne. Whano, whano, mai te Toki, hauie, huie, hāti. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Ngā mihi nui kia koutou katoa. Ko te mea tuatahi, a ki tō tātou mātua i te rangi. A nāna nei ngā wairoanga me katoa. Ko te mihi tuaroa ki te kai karakia. E kuku karake ma tātou e tēnei wā, no te huarahi, te paramu tātou. Ko te mihi tuatoru, kia rangi nui rawa ko papatua muku, e tauri manei a tātou katoa, tēnā kōrua. Ko te manaia rawa ko pari haka, a tēnā kōrua. Ko te whangarei a te ringa praua, a tēnā kōrua. Ko te mihi tua whātita hunga mate, haere, haere, haere. Haere ki huai ki nui, ki huai ki roa, ki huai ki pāmāmau, haere, haere, haere atura. Ko te mihi whakamutanga, ki a tātou te hongora, e tautoko ani i te kaupapa nei i tēnei wāno reira, a tēnā koutou, a tēnā koutou, a tēnā koutou kātua.
Te pau, te pau, te pau,
Toku i whenuku,
te tokotoku i wherangi, Toki anu ia. Ko te mumu, ko te apa,
ko te mumu, ko te awha, ko te mani, kai o tātakiri, panapana, kārau i runga, kārau i rao, ka whai tā more, i runga, ka whai tā more, i rao.
tēnā ko te pau,
Tēnā ko te pau, noromo, mauri ora, ka oa e. Āpiti hono tātai hono rātou te hunga mate ki a rātou. Āpiti hono tātai hono mātou te hungora ki a mātou no reira. I ngā waka, i ngā mana, i ngā marae, i ngā rewa. Tēnā koutou, a tēnā koutou, a tēnā koutou katoa. Mai te mahimira.
Nā rāti he wā Maori ora, te whai au ki te Aotearoa. Ai rāta maua ta Maui a takai i roti te pui, te ui. E ke ngai o hihire ngā harahara, ki te pūngā ki ngā te wana. A taka ki tā hora nui o te u hei koronga, ke koe tāna nui ara. Ki a te amohanga e hurani, a te ki te aho turu ki te hae o mairua ki te tūtawaka, a ki te hau, o te ronga mai. E unu e apatei pene tai a pena wawa. Wa māko e te ngā te toto tira mutu atu te kahu. Me mai wā ki taku tuaka whanau tau ki te mati. Manawa tau le pāke wharakariru i a pena te horo rākai nui e tūnei e nōna. Au hei te iri au e te nuha. Ui a te kātua tini maro. E kaitu whenua e take whenua kore tai teri. Kua whakatau ana ki te toi tā maua pete iro. Ara mai te toki. Aungi. Hui e. Rāko te mea te tahi māka. Hei honore. Hei kroia ki te ngara. Hei maungaronga ki te mata te whenu. Ki te akaro pai. Ki ngā tangata katoa kuri noa. A kuri noa i roto i ngā hauepa. Me tātou hoki e hui nei. E mihi nei. E raro te tūnu e te whare pito nei. I roto e ngā kōrero. Tuku nā tuke e ki runga anō rā. Tēnei tū he tūtau toko ngā kōrero. Taranga tira e tuake e muri au. Ki te tuku nā tuku te wahakrati. Maumara te tahi kōrero o rātu mā, ko kore te kumura kōrero mo tōna ake reka, o kai atu ma te periku. Pai nā ko hau te periku, te mihi atu te kai. Waha, raki e tēnei. Ka tua e nei te tautoko haere ano, ki te tuku mihi, atu kia rātou a te hunga mate. Rātou te hunga mate, i runga wā koutou nei pokore. Ai pakatu hono, ki wā koutou mate, ki wā mātou mate. E tika ana rā ka kōrero rātou kia rātou. Wakahuhi ngātu kia rātou, a kai roto tau wairua, te i wairua a kai roti a tātua. Mo reira ko koutou rāga mate hai atu. Hoki mai ngā rārangi kōrero, kia tātu rā te hingora, ai rā tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. Te tautoko haere ngā kōrero, pēni ano ki te rangatira ki te whakatau ia koutou. Mai raro hoki ngā maunga whakahi. Pēni ano ki te tupuna, a manaia, e tuako hatu rā. Pēni ano rā, ko manaia ki tai, ki tutu moe ki. Tūtika, ko parihaka kei roto. Ko wenei maunga, teitei te haka rongo ngā kōrero. Mo ngā whakatupurangi maru, tūtonu mai a tūtonu. Ko tui hau te rere, ko hoteo wā whakaheke nei. Heke tonu mai a ki ahi pūpū rangi ihinga. Heke tonu pēni tēne a Hihiaua te pau whakaherenga. Ngā waka o ngā tupu. Heke tonu rā, ai ki Whangarei te ringa prao. Heke tonu rā anō ki, a kai roti te monanu ia. Ko koutou rā. Koutou rā e te rangatira e Bernard mā, koutou rā e Alan mā. Hei arahi nei, ngā hunga nei. I runga tēnei kaupapa whakahirahira. I te whakanui, whakahonore anō hoki ngā hunga, e mahi ai, ki te aka nohi wenei taonga ngā mahi nei. I raro, whenei te kupu e whakapānuitia i a tātou ngā toki e te Vision 2020. Mō reira nau mai piki mai kake mai haere mai whakatau mai ra. I ngā iwi, i ngā ru. I ngā mātawa. I ngā mātua tupuna. I ngā uri whakaheke i roto e ngā ue. Haere mai. Me te mihi atu rā e rongo nei. Rongo nei wenei taringa kore take wā. Aini rā ko te pauka peki te aini rā. Ka putake nei te tahi o tā wahi ke. O ngā whanaunga, o ngā hunga mo moe ai. Engari he tauhau tēnā ki au, engari aini rā kei rongo ke nei, a tairinga. Ka ki te aka noi te hunga nei, a hakoa ko kore tinana mai konei, ko te ngāngara kore take, a coronavirus, paena te staini, ana he kore ro noi ano. Ka ngā wehewehi ia tātu mai ngā hunga nei o tā wahi. No rere ngā waitapu, koutou rā, haere mai. Kore kume rā tēnei tū. Whakanui atu rā i ngā hunga nei mahi ai wenei mai. No reira tēnā koutou, a tēnā koutou kai.
Ka whia ioi e tohu aroha hautainga, e hoki mai rā, kia ki te atu i toi iwi e rotarotana, e katakatana mai rā. Hukana whetero mai te Hihiaua matua. Kia ki te atu anō i toa tāhua e kanapara. Pupuhi ai e te hau ka pohia kuro i mata. Kapi oi e tohu aroha hakainga. Kapi oi e tohu aroha hakainga.
O no rā ko hongi ki ngā taumata koro ngā tini tūpuna ngā tini mai. Āpiti hono, tātai hono, ko koutou rā e te ngamate, ko koutou rā e te mwaira ke koutou. Ko koutou rā e noho mara kei tūta arai. Ko koutou hoki i whakawātia te huarahi. Hei aloha mai ki wā koutou neuri i whakaheke ki wā koutou nei moko puna anu. Ono rātu koro mō koutou rā, haere whakoti atu. Āpiti hono, tātai hono, ko tātou rā a takanohi ora ke tātou. Tēnā koutou, a tēnā koutou. A kia ora mai tātou koutou.
Ko pātini tahu, ko tukuna tuki rā ko kia koutou.
Aruia. O pio, tahi. Ka he mo te kāpuaka, ka hea mai te kāropo, ka tātaki mai ki koro paiko, te kuaka he kuaka māra, tahi manu e tau ki te tāhine taua, a tihei mauri. E te me tūtahi me mihi atu kia koe tāwhiri mātea, pai te ahua o te rā nei e kore te ua, pai e tātou. Sai no ki tō matua rangi nui nei tō pai ako whakatūnu koe takuto mai rāki waho ana, tēnā koe, tēnā kōu, tēnā kōu. Ka huringa mihi kia koe e te rangatira mō tō mahi tikana, te kōrero, te horoi o tēnei whare, ngā tangata katoa mō te karake ngā toi, e mihi atu kia koe e te rangatira mō tō mahi karake, tēnā koe. Koe romo e tēnei wiki, te kōrero te tangi o te whanaunga Faith McManus, kore te tangi a Faith, te father-in-law, newa. Ko Faith McManus, te mahito i roki tēnei exhibition. Engari, mihi atu i koe aroha ki tēnā whānau McManus whānau. E ngā mate katoa, ia mara. Haere kutu ki te pōriori, te pō tau, te pō tiati, te unga weirua kua hoki atu anō, ki au ki nui hawa ki roa hawa ki whamama hai. A ka hui mai ngā kōrero ki a tātou ma hongora a tēnā miki tātou. E te taumata, e te haukainga, a tēnā koutou. Mō tō awhina tia i tēnei kaupapa, te Ngatoki Exhibition 2020. He mihi ati, tino hari te ngātou i a mātou roku a time, e hara mai i roki tēnei whare, puku this beautiful taonga up, ko a whānau here in Whangarei me Taitokerau, hara mai i titiro ana ngā taonga, e mihi atu i te whānau a Hihiaua. Nore, tēnā koutou. Nā ka puke te kōrero ki au, engari ka huri ki te reo whākia, just so that I can explain a few things, if that's all right. Pai ana, e te whānau katoa, you guys look awesome. Great to have you here. What we're going to do is, we have a whanaunga in Australia, Mr. Howard Joe Butler, who is part of our Aboriginal contingency that's part of this exhibition to celebrate our 10-year journey in Tibet. And because of COVID, what we did is we asked that he would be able to speak on behalf of his people from his shores. And so we've just got a bit of a video clip that will play shortly so that we can do that. So, no reira, tēnā koutou, and we've got a Whangarei whanga. Tēnā koutou katoa. Ringa kia hari utia ko ringa ia whipono ia whitaku tinana. Away, Nō reira, tēnā koutou, huri no i tēnei whai, tēnā koutou.
Yawa jari yoringo nacho. Hey, Banjala Dakunjala. Hey, na nakmiago benago. Hey, na nakana majamandu.
Hello, Jerry Urungo Nacho, Parangela Darkangela. My name's Howard, Joe Butler. I'm of Garang, Yemen and Gunglu. I'm here to do an opening speech of my 10 years reunion with you guys from over the ditch. This here is the opening of the 10-year anniversary of us working on country. So we all come together over at Thornhill. Thornhill's my grandmother's birthplace. That's where she was born. She was born under a tree there. When the boys come over, when everyone come over, we tested each other out. We tried each other. So we see how far we can go. It was great because everyone, all the fellas, they all became great friends. You know, we tested each other out real good. So we knew where we could stand with each other. And yeah, it was great. I really loved being with them. So what we done on country was we all collaborated. There was myself and Alan, we collaborated with a bit of artwork. We were doing the paintings, so we done a bit of collaboration there. I actually made a boomerang from a bush. I went out to the creek, I found a log, and they was amazed. Everyone was amazed that I found this log, took it back, and within an hour I made this returning boomerang, one that actually flew and came back. So that amazed everyone. So I really enjoyed myself with Bernard. Bernard, he was a brilliant carver. You know, I learned a lot from him, and well, I hope he's still going over there doing all his work. You know, I see him on Facebook every now and again, which is great. Rhonda, we've been doing a lot of work together. I like teasing her. I was teasing her with doing artwork. I was showing her how to do artwork and she was showing me a different way. So she was trying to do 3D artwork with 3D glasses on, which was a big laugh. BJ was one of the best. We got him with the frog, so BJ remembers the frog. And we had him with guanos. Like goannas over there was a 1.5 metre long goanna that came out from underneath the hut we were staying at. And yeah, no, it was brilliant. 10 days we spent together. They all complained about the timber. Our timber is burns a lot hotter, and most of the pots didn't last. So the clays weren't happy with the timber, what we've got over here. But yes, brilliant times. Sadly missed is Colleen and Manos. Auntie Colleen and Uncle Manos, they took me under their wing. You know, they sort of like classed me as one of the elders, and they spoke to me. They looked after me real well. I was really pleased with having them as mentors for us and mentors for a lot of other artists who come from Australia as well. We all collaborated together. It was like sharing each other's culture, sharing each other's work. It was great. We bonded. We're like whānau, like a mob. In our language, it's mob. We're all come together as mob. Over in New Zealand, it would be whānau. Auntie Colleen, she was great. She's great at everything. There was Manos as well. He was brilliant. He was brilliant with his work. I've kind of stuck with those two, but they looked after us real well, and they come over to Byfield for our gathering, so we had a great time there. A lot of rain, a lot of thunder, a lot of lightning, and a lot of snakes, a lot of insects around that these fellas haven't even come across. We had Sid Domick. He collaborated with a lot of the artists from over New Zealand. Bindi Wall, she collaborated with a few of artists. Tricia, she also collaborated. There's Patricia Coleman. There was Roger. Like if it wasn't for Kerry, Nadine, Maud, none of this would have happened. So I'm really, really grateful for them to actually come and see me and invite me to this gathering. Hopefully everything goes well over at the exhibition. I hope everything arrived very, very safely, and hope everyone has a great time. I'm very sorry that we cannot make it, but hopefully looking for the next one. Bye for now. Nala Nuljari. Bye.
Tēnā koutou. Tēnā koutou e te taumata e te hau kāinga. E whakawātea nei tēnei āhuatanga hanga hau i tau hau. E rangi puta mai o te reo mō Rawahi. Ka whakaro te mininga nei te āhuatanga o te pā o te ngaka. Wana kōrero e pāna ki te herenga atu o ngā Maori o te Taitokerau ki roto i a rātou noho ai. Whakamahi i ngā mahi toi, te kōrero i ngā kōrero e pāna ki te iwi take o reira ki te whenua. A tai atu ki te wā e haka tū nei e te kaumātua nei a Alan mā te kaupapa i roto i ko he whata. Ko te kōkuri pūtahi tērā, haere mai te whānau neina. Ki tērā kaupapa i roto i te pua te hweke. Ki te whakanui i ngā kōrero e kōrero tia nei te kaumātu. Tai ana mai nei ki tēnei rā. Te whakanui i ngā tau te kau ko pahure. Tō reira tēnā koutou. Tēnā koutou e mihi mai nei kia mātou katoa, me tēnei āhuatanga, kia taia tēnei āhuatanga kia heire tonu, kia kaua e tārewa ki te taha. Nō reira tēnā koutou, kia ora huhui mai nō la tātou katoa. I'd like to extend acknowledgement to the Haukainga and to Hihiaua for the opportunity to to celebrate this exhibition. Particularly because this week has been the announcement of the awards rightfully awarded to this building and the kaupapa. Not just the building, but the kaupapa. So it's a privilege to have the kaupapa of this exhibition come here. Particularly because of the words that Joe mentioned on the video. It's a dream to organise something that you hope to be significant. You never know how significant it's going to be until the years have done their part. I'm proud to be a part of this group and acknowledge that 10 years have shown that despite all the odds, COVID-19, the grief of the passing of some dear friends and instrumental leaders, we've managed to come to this point and still have a celebration, both in terms of the creations that people have made, but also the memory of that activity. Ka mihi au ki te kaupapa. Tīmata mai I ngā tau te kau ka pahu rene. Ki konei, ki te rānei, ki roto hihiaua, ki roto I te wāhi nei o Whangarei te renga prawa. I raro I te maru o tō koutou nei maunga whenga e tū ihone. Me te awa e ngunguru nei. Tēnā koutou kōrahi, mātou kōrahi tēnei kaupapa I a koutou. I'd just like to put a point straight. I don't know if anybody noticed on the video, but Joe mentioned a goanna. A goanna is the scariest thing you've ever seen when you're used to lizards that are this big. Joe said on the video that it was 1.5 metres long. He was wrong. It was probably 15 metres if it was an inch. Scariest thing you've ever seen. Had BJ and Will Ngakuru running out of the place that they were, because they'd never seen such a thing. It was a dragon. It was a taniwha of all proportion. I'm saying that with my tongue in my cheek, of course, but the opportunity to go to such a different land, to talk to people with such a different language and find out that actually they are similar to us. I'd like to acknowledge, I'm not wearing an orange shirt, you see, so I can acknowledge those people who are. I'm not going to name out names, but I would like to say in front of everyone, thank you for the work that you've done from those times through the years and all of the things that you've faced as aspirational challenges and also the grief that we've all shared together. Thank you for establishing and working towards this exhibition as the fulfillment of those dreams and I suppose in some way an encouragement for those emerging creatives to come forward and look to 10 years, 20 years, 50 years hence. I don't know about anybody else, 2020 is a year that I hope will end soon. It's a year of challenges, a year of losses, but also a year of opportunities. One of the biggest opportunities is that in 20 years' time, we'll have 20 years to prepare for the 200 years of commemorating since the signing of Te Tiriti o Waitangi. 205 years since the signing of He Whakaputanga. expressing the world around us is what we as creatives do and what people like to enjoy, to see, to be inspired by. Look forward to 2040 and what that will bring. Finally, this week was also a week and a time very special for our relatives of Taranaki. The commemoration of that terrible time where they were invaded in the 1880s at Parihaka. But despite that adversity, the people there can look forward to the leadership that they had in that time in the 1800s and the 19th century to peacefully look to work together. In the words of Tohu, clay and iron cannot be forged together, but it doesn't mean that clay and iron and differences cannot be placed side by side. Whakarongo mai te iwi nei, whakarongo mai te motu nei, aha koa, whakapiri koe ki a taui. E ho, taka te iwa Maori runga i ako. He mangu taipo nei hoki tātou Pākehā. Ngā kupu atohu ki ngā iwi e. E kore. Piri teo ku ki te rino, awhitia, e te rā, kangahoro ki ha. Au e kangahoro ki ha. Tēnā i karawiwa, kata i karua, katoru. Ko reira, e te hau kāinga e oku rangatira, hau ngano tako noho ki kone, ka mi atu ki a koutou e ngā whanau. Tēnā koutou e whakatau nei ki tēnei kaupapa. Tēnā koutou e ahei nei tēnei kaupapa ki a here tonu. Tēnā koutou e krakia nei i ngā whakaahua nei. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou. Kia ora hui mai no rā tātou, e hui nei, e mine nei i roto i te kaupapa. A tēnā koe, tēnā kaurua, a kia ora hui mai no rā tātou. He waia tā tautoko, ka whakaro, tēnā koutou katoa. Mapura pēa, mapu koe, e awhie, ki te ara tupu, mapu koe, e awhie. Tō reira i ngā kupu kōrero rātou ngā whenga kua mene atu ki te pō. Rātou ngā mate ki a rātou heere atura. Huri no, e raurangatira mā e ngā tuakana e ngā tuahine. He ka iho ki ngā tamarike mokapuna. Tēnā koe, tēnā kaurua, a kia ora hui mai no rā tātou. Kua pā tēnei tā, kua mutu.
Tēnei rā te āwhi, no te āwhi rangi no te ororuri o matua kore. I iau te taketake ki we rangi. Tēnei kia hohou rongo ki rura ki te tipua, ki rura ki te tapito, ki rura ki ngā kāhui ariki. Kia putawhita atu i te whaiau, ki te whaiau, ki te ao mārama uhi wero. Tau mai te Mauri, haumi e hui e! Tēnei ka mihi kia koutou e ngā toki. E ngā toki o te Aotearoa. E waku tahunga. Koutou katoa ko takahi mai ki runa ia Hihiaua. Haere mai! Haere mai! Haere mai! Haere mai! Haere mai e te ihi! Haere mai e te wehi! Haere mai e te wana! Haere mai e te mana, haere mai e te tapu. Ko mātou tēnei noho nei ki raro te whakamiharo. Ki ngā mea ngā koutou I ringa mai. Hei whakaatūranga. Ea tēni mate toi. Ka mihi kia koutou ko tahi katoa. Ko māua ko taku hau wahine nei a Margaret. E titurata te kaimātua nei I Ireland. Ka hoki ngā maumaha ki ngā tau. I e whau kia ko rātou whare. I hare te tahi kaumātua ki te mātaki ki o rātou mahi. Ka patua ki te mea ki te whakamiharo. O ngā mahi o ngā tamariki. Ka keka kia haere mei te tohungana. Ngā me wana tamariki. Kia whakatūria te tahi whakāturanga ki rote te whare kai o reira. Ka o titera, ka keka kia haere tomi ki roto I te whare. Mā wai rā, ka o tite whau. E tū nei ki reira ki te wai whatawhata. Nā reira e kare mihana kia koe. E mihana kia koe. E hara kia koe kahi, engari ki tā koutou rōpū. Mo ngā mahi mamakia, ko tia koutou. E mea nau, mamakia. Te mea, ka ngana tonu kia puta. Nā reira me pēhia te mihi, te kaunga kei rotu I a koutou. E kona te whakamiharo. Tēnā koutou haere mai, haere mai, haere mai. E te hoe pēne. Hau no tēnei mahi. Hei hiki ake I te Maori o te whai kōrero, kei tā hainga e koe. Mō hena I te kauiwi. A koe, kei tēnā taha, kei Ngāti Whātua. Ka puake ko te wera, ka peke atu ki tērā wau ai te ngāpuhi. Me, ko roa ke te tāhai a Ngāti Whātua I a ngāpuhi, I a Ngāti Whātua. E mata kone kei riro. Kei riro te mano te whai kōrero I a koe. Ka noho pōhara ko mātou ki tēnei taha. Mena I a ka whakarongo mai koutou te mātou, kōre taki ki te wai atua. Ahaka pēha te kaho te wānanga, kōre taki tonu. E whakani harau ne ki ngā reo papai ki Whangarei a koutou, kēnā pēa. E hihiana koutou kia muia wa koutou, tamari ki o mātua ke. Te hanga pai ai tō mātou wai ata. Te hanga rite kia merema. E pihi ake atu. E, hoke na ngā mahara ki o tātou tūpuna ngā horse trader o mua. Ka haere ki te nuku o te whenua, tiro ai ki ngā kaunga ki roti te tangata. Ka mauri atu te moko puna ka moia ki roto kia hoki mai ai wēnā ahuatanga, wēnā pūkenga ki te kāinga. Nā, ko he tahi o tātou, mea ko he tahi o tātou e hari pēnā tonu ana. E reira tēnā koutou. Ko roki te moke, kia hoki mai koutou, kia haere mai koutou, me ka whakaaro nui kei roti a koutou. Ngā whakaaro nui ka takai ai te teako. Kia tō ai tēnā kaunga. Ki roti a koutou, hei whakaatu mai kia mātou. Ngā tāngata mate kai ki wēnā kai. Nō reira ko hoki mai no koutou. Haere mai, haere mai, haere mai, haere mai. Pēnei te koutou nui, a whakamiharo ana. Wetahi ngā tāngata ka haere mai kia mātou, pēnei a mātou nei. Toru nahe, toru nahe. Engari tēnei tō ka muia mātou. Pēra I ngā ngāwa, ka muia. Ka reira mihema kia koutou. E hōmore tēnei ki rure I a mātou kia pēna te tini o ta koutou haere ngā mai. O tō mātou rangatira ko haere ki te tahi tangihana. O mate mai te tahi o āna. Ka tuku mai wana mihi. Me te mea, tai hake, ka hoki mai. Ka mau koutou ki koni tēnei wiki. Nō reira tēnā koutou ko tahi katoa. Haino, e mea ana wātunu, kia horo, kia heke, kia horo te heke mai. Ko roa tēnei tārewa I a koutou. Nō reira, e waku rangatira. Tēnā koutou, a tēnā koutou. Me hoki mai ki te waiata, kore takianga.
kia kaha tātou ki te kōrero Māori. E minaka ana, e minaka ana takua ki te kaia te rangatira. Takure o rangatira. Pakukuru paira mutuku iho. Miharo ke ana. Miharo ke ana ki tōna whakari kia ora. Te memeha. Te wairua ki te kōrero Māori. E minaka ana. E minaka ana. Waha ki te kaia te rangatira. Takure o rangatira. Takukuru paira mutuku iho. Miharo ke ana. Te memeha. Kia kaha tātou. Kōrero Māori. Ia uehi.
Nā ia koutu I kone e ture tēnā. E kaha tātou kato ki te kōrero Māori. Kia ora tōka I tō tātou reo ki a tātou. Kia tuku tonu tō tātou papakupunu. Kia mauturu ua whakarata ki a tātou kato kai te whakaatu I tēnā. Nō reira I mihi ana te koutu kato. Iau e heke nei ki raro. E mihi ana te koutu I tō mātou he. Ko te tika ngā te kāinga nei me mauri mai o ihuni I ngoi I te rihi. Nā, e he te nei a mātou. Engari ka tuku nātu e koha kia koutou I roto I tō mātou krakia whakamutura. Tēnei ko te kawa ora. Me hike mai au ki roto I ki reo pākia kia kaua I au e hi. So Jonah's going to do the kawa ora for you. It's a kaitaki krakia. He will call for abundance to be given to you all for the period that you're here. That this abundance come from our Wairoa, from our atua, come down on all of our mountains, into the rivers, onto the land, and to you all that are here on this thing. Nā reira me heke ki rau, kia tā ki ngā te kawa. Ki ngā tātou.
Te kau I runga, te kau I raro, te kau I roto, te kau I waho. Te kau tūpia, te kau tāia, te kau tūngia, te kau mānia, te kau pai. Te kau tuputupu nunui, te kau tuputupu o hara. Te kau rau ui, te kau rau mātou mātou, te kau rau ata. Tēnā te kawa ka eke ki te uru o rei. I runga e te kawa. Oia ko te aurara he arakau tupua, he arakau taputo. Pērā hoki rā, te tupua tini, te tupua mana. He manawa riki, he mana tā rongo, he mana te tāne, he mana te maru. He mana te tangaro, he mana tā nuku, he mana tā rangi. Kana heke tia ki tēnei tōronga. Ko te kaora. Ka pipiri, ka mātangi, ka whana, ka whae ake ana tara, ka tū ki a rangi nui e tui ho nei, ki a tau, ki a papatū niku e hora nei, ki a piki e ngā maunga ana nui, ko pare ki ore, ko ima pahaha, ko whatatiri, ko tangi hua, ko tu hurihanga o te kāwharu, ko ruarangi, ko maunga whati, ko te whara, ko matariki, ko manaia, ko pari haka, he rā e tūmai rā, kia kau o ngā awa, o Waiarohia, ko Wairoa, ko Wairua, ko maunga whai, ko rua kāka, ko maunga pai, ko taika, o hōteo e tere nei. Ki te Whangarei, te ringa Poarawa, ki te paipai atua ki waho rā, ko tāranga, ko motukuiore, ko matakohe, Ko motu taua e hi eke ana, kia eke tangaro, eke pānuku, eke pēnu, tūturu whiti whakamau kia China. Haumi e, hui e, tāi e.
I whakatika I te he, mauri mai o koutou ihu.
Turuki, turuki. Turuki, turuki. Whanake, ara mai ki te toki. Haumi e, hui e, tāi.
Aloha mai. I rata tēnei wāngai ua ki te herenga mai aloha mai. I te kōrero hiana ke hea ngā exit me ngā wahi nā mga kore nono i anga. I ngā te kia mo te wahi koto. E te kapekana.
Kia ora. Kia ora koutou. My name is Lenny Murupainga. I'm just going to share a few words with you about Hihiaua Cultural Centre. We all welcome you here tonight, and just like to go through a few house rules first, please. We've got a couple of exits. We've got the exit here, and if you look behind me, there's a green running man on the top of that wall. Just imagine that running man going right to the corner of that building. That's the second exit. And the assembly point is out by the white temporary building that's out the back there. The second assembly point is just on the grass area as well. Could you please refrain from eating kai around the taonga as well, please? Up here on the podium is okay, but just not down in that area there. A few more words that I'd like to share is just like to acknowledge our sponsors, Creative Northland. Kia ora Hindu and Olivia. I'm doing right here at Hihiaua, so kia ora. I'd like to acknowledge Creative New Zealand as well for the funding. And whatever else we got here. If you guys are interested in any of the art pieces, you will see the yellow shirts around here. Please just tap them on the shoulder if you're keen to purchase any of the orange. But colourblind behind these sunglasses, the orange shirts. So please just tap them on the shoulder if you're keen to purchase some items there as well. We do have catalogues for sale. They are located up here at the front desk as well. The exhibition will be running for 4 weeks, and it'll be Wednesday. No, let's forget about that one. Yeah. It is also open on some evenings as well. So just keep an eye out on the social media. Kia ora. I'd just like to share a few words about the catalyst for TMAC. I always remember Colleen and Manos. Just like to acknowledge them as well this evening. And also like to acknowledge a man in my presence is Alan Wihongi as well. Kia ora. BJ, would you like to share any more information at the moment? Okay then. Well, I welcome you all to Hihiaua to the Ngatoki Exhibition 2020. Kia ora koutou, e te whānau, whānui, te iwi whānui. Tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa.
Swander. Key to the cabinet.
Was anyone doing the clicker?
We'll have a debrief tomorrow about the run.
All right. Having it here? I'm going to be here at 9:30.
I think it would be a good idea to come back down here and have a little
Reach you guys this way.
yeah, we can do that.
feel while it's coming out. Jay, e hoa tēnā koe.
Kia ora, kia ora.
Oh, kōrero mai, tell us why we're here today.
Well, this is a 10-year celebration for Te Taitokerau Māori Arts Collective. We have been together for 10 years, but we've been friends for much longer. So this collective has a bigger membership or a network than what's here, but because of COVID, we had to change everything for this year. So what we've done is we've gone back to that very first point of where Colleen and Manos needed to get a name for funding so that we could go to Australia and work with our Aboriginal mates over there in Queensland, and they came up with Te Taitokerau is one word, Maori Artist Collective, and it just stuck. So TMAC is what we had. So we've stayed true to how they wrote everything down, and so we're here to celebrate that 10-year journey. It's also, I guess, an opportunity for us as artists from that time who were young, a lot darker hair, less wrinkles, to be able to acknowledge what our mentors have placed in our lives, and to basically showcase a legacy. And that's really why we're here. We just wanted to honour that. Where we go from here, I don't know. Only TMAC can decide, and we hope that a new, fresh generation will pick up this mantle and go with it. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, to all our viewers back at home, at the moment, couldn't make or living overseas, couldn't come over due to COVID. Tell us how important this day is for TMAC and the relationship between yourselves, and I saw a video that was played earlier from the brother over in Hihiaua. So tell us how important this couple was for you guys.
This is really important in terms of forging and maintaining relationships. So it's hard to get into the door, of a new space. But once you're in there and you've created those relationships, we just didn't want to let go. And so for over this time, we've maintained those relationships. And this is very important because it consolidates those relationships. But at the same time, it allows our whānau in Australia to call us back over and say, hey, bro, we need support. And so for their communities as well, especially our Indigenous whānau in Australia, their networks grow as well. So it's been supporting each other. It's fantastic. Can't help it.
Details around this exhibition, how long is it on, when can people come and see, come through, and maybe some tips, like I see all these no photos, that's attached to a few of the items here, and I totally understand that, especially with what's been happening on Facebook So to all our whānau, let them know before they come, or even, how long it's on and all that stuff.
So it's open Monday through till Saturday, Monday to Friday actually from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. On a Saturday it's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Tomorrow we're open. It's the only time we're open on a Sunday. Also the 22nd of December we're open. We're doing an artist presentation. So all that means is people can come along and hear some of the processes, the experiences, what the industry we can offer in terms of where you can go if you're a budding young artist. And every Wednesday between 6 and 7, I better get my times right. In the evenings on a Wednesday, we've got guided tours. So we've got Dorothy Waitford, and that's where she'll come through and she'll tell you everything about every single piece of art, what the artist is thinking at the time. So it's a real intimate time, and that's a great time. So, but it's open for an entire month. Closes on the 5th of December.
And can you, just before I let you go, we're obviously standing in front of one of your pieces. Just give us a little bit of a quarter one. How long did it take for one?
Well, it took a fair bit of time. But this particular piece is Maumaharatanga, which is, for me, translates as a recollection or a memory or all these things, and so I didn't just want to do a wakahuia. I wanted to look at how do we extend that into something that captures memories. And then, so for me, the tohora is this deep creature, that holds substance. So if there was anything that was a visual symbol that reflects to our ancestral knowledge, it would be something like a tohora. And of course it's made out of kauri and the relationship between the toad and blah blah. But one of my favourite memories is sitting on my older brother's shoulders or my uncle's shoulders and just being elevated by them. And so the concept is that we need to recollect who we are, be as deep and meaningful as a tohora, but at the same time don't lose the idea of allowing yourself to be elevated into a new space and cherishing ideas. But it's it's scratched to heck, and it's it's not clean finish. Because one of the things I found when reflecting on, and you would be the same, reflecting on the people that you love, it's all their scratches, it's all their nooks and the things you get oha about that you actually miss when the time's gone. So that's why it's shaped and formed the way it is. Yeah, it's a nice piece. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Will do.
All right. Tēnā koutou te whānau. So we're here at Hihiaua, and by all means, no mai, haere mai. Let's go find someone else to have a talk to.
So her artwork is similar to the black and white. Yeah. But she does enjoy this. Just like we did. Thank you very much. Yeah. You'll make it happen now.
Kia ora.
This is the live area, so but that's one of my collections. It's not for sale. It's a collaborative piece that I've done with another printer way back. His name was Nick Choate, and he's passed away. So that's a korowai, but it's a wraparound one because my background is textiles. So that's only there to pretty up the wall.
And give it some showcase.
Well, yeah, so when our weavers come to do their mahi, that's their active area. And this piece is another young student, weaver. His work is there also to show as part of this whole active space. Because the Polytech's got their exhibition on in 2 weeks' time. So this is a carry-on or fire, and we support each other. So the main weaver there is also he moata henare. So yeah, same whānau, yeah. So the weaver here is Maori. She's an awesome weaver. So this is their space. It's beautiful. So we have a live space. We're going to have an audio space. So we've got DVDs showing in there of our 10 years relations with Australia, all recorded, all our activities. They've been invited back. I think they've been back here 3 times, and then they were also here last year for the Indigenous Hui at Ngātua Wahia. So we do go back and forward. Yeah. Yeah. Well, they are like our brothers and sisters. So if you ever come back, the audio's in there is showing all the stories.
was it? In there. Oh. Can I ask you a couple of questions? Do you mind? It's for... Tēnā koutou Ngāti Hine FM, a member by my side, none other than the wahine herself, Mandy Sunlight. Tēnā koe.
Kia ora.
Where are you from, Mandy? Tell everyone who you are.
Oh, tricky. Okay, so ko Mandy Sunlight ahau, inohuanga ahau ki Whangarei, he tauiwi ahau, no Ingarangi, that's the one. Yeah. Lived in the Hokianga for 25 years where my kids whakapapatu to hekatu, hapu, but hanging out here in Whangarei for quite a while now.
Cool. I see chopped your dreads off.
Yeah, I know. Lockdown. I know. I was looking at you going, oh.
No, but hey, good to see you. I just haven't seen you for such a long time. What have you been up to?
Well, I've made some big changes in my life recently. COVID had a big impact. It was mean. I stepped aside from heaps of the tutoring work that I've been doing for a long time. I've handed it all over to, well, most of it, to Moana Rankin. Anything she wants, I give to her now. So I'm focusing on Te Rāringa Raupa, which is our rōpū that's, at the moment we're upskilling, and then shortly we will be beginning the reproduction of the only surviving Māori sail, after we've done our research over at the British Museum. So yeah, that's my main kaupapa. We get together every month and work together for 5 days, wānanga up in Whirinaki. We've also recently formed a group, Hakuku, which is specifically designated to upskilling and creating interest in pew-pew. Because it's hard to find people who want to make pew-pew, like lots of pew-pew. Very hard. And I've been doing it for a while now, so we're trying to... So we're doing that up at the Kura Kaupapa in Kaikohe, with, and our kaihotu is Tracy Harris from Waimea. So I work alongside her. And we've also just recently formed another rōpū, Kahukiwa. No, sorry, Kaukuri. Kaukuri, yeah. And that's our traditional cloak making rōpū. So we're making traditional cloaks collectively. Yeah. So our first one will be going up to Mania, the new cultural centre that's opening up in Upanuni in December. Yeah. So yeah, our very first piece is going to be going up there. Yeah, so that's me.
Yeah. One more question.
Yeah.
Ngatoki 2020 exhibition on for the next 4 weeks. What did you come tonight? I know, silly question, but you know, our viewers.
Because I always come here to Taitokerau, you know, this is where it's at. This is the place in Whangarei. My partner's catering, so I've been helping her out, you know, bringing things she's forgotten. And because I just wanted to see what was going on, and heaps of these people are my mates, and my son Few was one of the ones who went over.
Yes.
And he's not here. He doesn't have anything in the exhibition, but that's all good. I just wanted to come and see and toko and awesome. And you know.
How important, Mandy, is the partnership between, and you know, this is my first time to something this prestigious. They spoke about the relationship with iwi Maori or iwi whānau and the relationship with Australian, with the Aboriginal people.
Yeah.
How long has that been happening, and how important is it?
It's really important. I was lucky enough to do a residency at the Canberra Glassworks, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, working with the Aboriginal people over there doing collaborative work. And that was me and Ruth Port, yeah. That was really, really, really cool. And yeah, they have completely different materials to us. They work in a very different way to us, but it's very similar also. Yeah, and the issues are similar but different. I mean, just the fact that there's so many different tribes over there, and they all, like, there's, I don't know, like 400 different languages or something massive. Yeah. So it's really, really hard for them to hold on to anything. Yeah. You know, they've got a real shit time, pretty much. You know, yeah. Cool. So yeah, no, I think this is mean, and it just reminds me of the Ngāpuhi exhibition that we haven't had for so long. All this beautiful mahi. It's mean. It's really, really choice. I'm really pleased to be here.
Thank you, Mandy. Go enjoy the rest of your evening.
Yeah. Gonna go see what the food's like. Yeah.
Great. Enjoy yourself. Go on. Yeah. Mandy Sunlight. Yeah. Taking them off my wish list, my checklist. She's very famous to me. So yeah, whānau, come on down. We're still here. I think it's about 7:30, 8 o'clock. But it's on for the next 4 weeks. So hara mai te Hihiaua. Let's go find someone else to talk to.
Okay.
Haere mai. Pehana.
Ora.
Ka pai.
Mata nei I te ora.
Mata nei te ora, eh. Well, I think ko reri mātou. Tēnā koutou, ngā hunga mā taki kei te kāinga. I will warn you, it's live stream Brendan. So tēnā pēr mā taki mai ana ngā o tātou whanaunga kei aha I Treiria pēr. No reira mihi atona kia koutou ngā whānau, ngā hapu, ngā iwi, e mā taki mai ana tēnā koutou. Mau anō koe kōrero e hoa, ko ai koe, o tātou whakapapa, e hana koe ki konei I tēnei rā.
Pai. O, tūtahi mihi atu, kia koutou e hakarongo, e mataki mai nei. Taku ingo ko Bernard Makware, taku pānga ki roto I te moana o Kaipara, te uri o hau, ati whātua nui tonu. Te tahi atu pānga oku no roto hokianga hakapau krakia, te waiariki, te kaitūtai, te rarawa. Taku mihi pau te kaha ki ngā ringa e hakatū nei tēnei whakāturanga. Mātou I ngā tau tai atu ki te rua takau ko pahure nei, rua noi ho mātou e mahi nei pēnei I te whakāturanga nei. E rangi te kai arahitanga o Manos Nathan me taku tuahine a Colleen Wata Ulich. O rau nei tirohanga whakamua, te hakatū te tahi kaupapa I roto I te motu nei, e rangi tai atu ki Rawahi, tai atu ki Amerika ki te Tokerau, me Aotearoa. No reira ka tai atu weteho mātou ki roto Aotearoa, ki te noho ki roto I te tahi iwi take o reira, ki te mahi toi, me te kōrero tahi, me te hono atu ki a rātou. Tēnei tau, te tino putake o te kaupapa nei, te timatanga o tērā whakaro ki te tai atu ki reira. Tai atu ki te kaupapa o kōkiri putahi, o roto te pū o te wheke, o kohe whata, ka tai mai e rātou no Aotearoa, no te moana nui a Kiwanoki, e rangi ko ngā mea no Aotearoa. E tai mai ki te kōkiri putahi ki te pū o te wheke, ko te timatanga o tēnei kaupapa, te take. No reira, ka mihi au ki te kaupapa, ka haere tonu te kaupapa, ka haere tonu ngā whakaro me ngā hononga. Wetahi o ngā peita me ngā whakaahua no rātou o Aotearoa. I roto I o rātou ake peita, o te haki o te tino rangatiratanga. tērā te āhuatanga o te hono. He hononga marika. Kau ke ko te hononga I roto I ngā toi noiho, ka hore. E rangi ko te hononga marika, ko te iwi take o reira ko mātou o tātou I roto I Aotearoa nei te iwi take o konei. No reira ka mihi ki te kaipapa.
Tēnā koe, tēnā koe. Ia koe mau ana I tētahi o ake mahi. Kai konei hoki tahi o au mahi. Engani puta mai tō aroha ki ngā mahi toi ihia. Nā wai I tēnei toi I whakatō ki roto I a koe.
Well, he taonga tuku I tērā. I taku whānautanga mai I te wā e tamariki tonu au. Ka tuhi au I ngā tuhinga. Ki te tutu I ngā āhuatanga ki runga ki te wāhie. Ki te uku. Ki te hopi. Te whakairo I te hopi. Te take, māma noiho, te hoko te hopi. Me ngā naihi ki te whakairotia. But te whakaaro o taku whānau, taku māma. Ka mihi marika ki taku māma. Te take nāna I pātai atu ki tētahi tohunga whakairo. Tōni ingo ka hemi mei. O roto iti, Ngāti Tarawhai. Taku māma e pātai atu, e inoi atu ki aia ki te āwhina ki au I te wā e tamariki ana. Nā te poipoi o tērā kaumātua ki au e tō. Kau ki ko te tō I roto I taku hinengaro e rangi I roto I taku ngākau. Tai atu ki taku kuratanga ki tipene. Te wā e au I tipene. Me rani e rano ki. Ko Pāki Harrison, Pākariki Harrison, tērā he tohunga whakairo ki reira. Ka āhei e ia taku tū ki tana taha, te mātakitaki. Ka mihi atu ki aia me tana hoa a hine. No reira tērā e whakatō I roto I taku ngākau, tērā āhuatanga ai.
Tēnā koe, puna. Taku pātai whakamutunga. Mō ngā uri, mō ngā taitamariki, mō ngā pakeke. Kātahi anō ka timata I tō rātou huarahi toi. E āwanga pēr ana, e aua. He hapea e tahi kōrero āwhina, arahi I a rātou I roto I tēnei huarahi o te toi Māori.
Ai. Well, I roto I tō ngākau, te arahitanga mutunga kore. Nō reira, me hakarongo koe ki tō ngākau. E rangi, I roto I tō hinengaro, me mahi koe I te ako I te reo. Nā te mea ko te reo Māori, te Māori o te mana Māori. Pērā I te kōrero tā timi henare, himi henare. Nō reira, I roto I tērā, whaia, aru mia te mea o te reo, kia pupu aki, kia pākari aki tō reo, hei reo rangatira. Tuarua me whai I te arahitanga o tō ngākau. Tua toru pēr, mō kua ake, me whai whakaro ki ngā atua, ki te atua. Nā te atua, nā te runga rawa, nā rangi tūhaha, nā te tihi o te rangi, te tihi o manono, me te matua nui te rangi. Te whakaro nui, te arepa me te omeka, te timatanga me te mutunga. Kei a koe, tō whakaro ki te whai I ngā huarangi ki te runga rawa. Hainano tēnei māku. Taku mutunga ki oku hoa o roto tēnei whakāturanga. Ngā mihi hoki kia koutou I te wā kāinga. Kia tautoko tonu tia ki tēnei kaupapa me ngā ringa toi I roto I ngā hāpori katoa. Nō reira, tēnā koe, tēnā kaurua, kia ora hui mai nō rā tātou. Kia ora.
Here I am here.
start. I'll see you up. I'll warn you first, it's a live stream. So all of our whānau, maybe even our whānau in Aussie, they couldn't make it here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you might want to do some shout-outs. I don't know.
No.
But, okay, who are you? Tell us who you are.
Kia ora. I'm Alex Nathan. I make body adornment, some say jewellery, body adornment. I work in silver and of late Tahitian mother of pearl shell.
Why are you here tonight?
I'm here for the show.
And of course, you know, the collective, I know, so our brother, he's just taken a quick scan of our mahi, of your mahi, our mahi.
Our mahi,
Your
yeah.
mahi. But what does Ngatoki 2020 exhibition mean to you?
Oh, look, it's no different to any other exhibition that we get involved in. What's important, I think, is the collective. It's something that's ongoing, right? This is a celebration, the 10-year celebration, partially for Manos and Colleen, has been talked about earlier on. So it's appropriate that we do this again. It's good. People seem to like what they're seeing, so that's good. Some red dots, that's good. That's even better.
Awesome. For up-and-coming artists, you know, just starting, maybe finding a difficult, I don't know, for young, you know, adults even, just getting into this line of mahi, into toi Maori, you've got any, I don't know, words of advice? Good or bad?
Well, I suppose you do the work, get it out there, try and get into exhibitions like this. The only way is actually exposure, so you do that by exhibiting like this. If you're lucky, you might have somebody who will mentor you as a young artist. And the collective has, over the years, to a large extent, has done that, mentoring younger artists. We are more than happy to share our knowledge and pass on, so there's good successions. In the case of my own work, there are very few others who do what I do with silver particularly. But I have worked throughout the motu and offshore with younger people, imparting what I have. Yeah.
Thank you. You got any last words to our viewers, people who might be arriving over the next 4 weeks to come and check out the exhibition?
Oh, come and have a look, and bring your plastic card with you.
Nice. Thank you very much. You have a good evening.
Thank you.
Ngā Tihine FM, nau mai hoki mai. Yes, kei konei tonu mātou to all of our viewers on our live stream that are watching. Maybe some of the whānau over in Australia who couldn't make it over for this wicked kaupapa Ngatoki 2020 exhibition. This lady's going to introduce herself. Beautiful woman, who are you?
My name is Andrea Hopkins. I live up in Waipapa. My hapu is Te Uri Taniwha, Ngāti Haneida. And I live in Waipapa, yeah, up north.
Awesome. Tell us about the Ngatoki 2020 exhibition, on for 4 weeks, so no more haere mai. How important is it, and with the partnership with our whānau overseas?
Oh, it's been really important because it's been 10 years since the inception of Taitokerau Māori Artists Collective, even though we've been around probably a couple of years before that, setting up the Ngāpui Festival Toi Ngāpui shows, but officially was named in 2010, and that was for the gathering to Thornhill Station over in central Queensland to work with and meet for the first time our Aboriginal Maori, Aboriginal mob whānau. Yeah, so that was really really awesome, memorable experience, and like 10 years later we're at this point with them. So that's, those relationships are really important. Yeah.
How proud of you right now, Rhonda? With you, all your friends, all your mates, you know, collectively putting on this amazing show.
Yeah.
I've seen heaps of red stickers already. Not that that's the main kaupapa of tonight, but you know, it's always a bonus. How proud are you right now?
Oh, I'm super proud. I'm super proud of all my mates and Taitokerau Māori Artists Collective who come together and work as a really awesome team to put this together, because it's months of planning, it's months of work, and then the crunch time comes for this last week. We've been putting in the hard yards and the hard hours, you know, buying the walls in, painting them all up, repainting all the plinths, hanging the system, doing all the planning. It's pretty massive. And then we have the likes of BJ and Andrea, who are 2D art design crew, who spot the works and just make it so that all the works speak to one another and they don't shout. They just have this beautiful conversation. And then Dorothy and Noel had helped put together the layout of the 3D artwork, so it all still works with that as well, so they all complement one another, yeah. So it worked out really good. It's a beautiful show.
Cool. And of course, you know, our whānau can come and check it out for the next 4 weeks. Are you going to be here over those 4 weeks, Rhonda?
It will be manned by one of the crew, so they'll be able to talk you through anything that you want to find out information on the artists, even our mob artists. So we're really grateful that they could be part of the show, because they've had to send work over from Aussie and couldn't make it because of COVID. So this is our way of reaching out to you guys. Hope you're enjoying the show. This is for you guys as well, and we really appreciate your fellas tautoko for this show, because it's made it such an amazing event. So ngā mihi kia koutou katoa. Yeah, so really proud. Hope you're enjoying it too.
I'm absolutely enjoying it. But yeah, so up and coming artist, Rhonda. Tell me one first, how long have you been doing this mahi?
Oh, pretty much since I was born. I was born an artist. And it wasn't until later on in life that I decided I'd like to pursue it more. And so I went back to school. So I went back to Polytech and got my arts degree. And that's pretty much where we all started too, because a lot of the whānau that are part of Taitokerau Māori Artists Collective, we all met at that time. So we've got relationships that go back to 1998, 99, 2000. Yeah, so that's how I started, and and just keep going with it. You just being creative. You got to be creative, no matter what it is, you know.
So taking that, and for you know, young adults, older adults even, who are just getting into into this beautiful mahi. Any words of advice?
Keep going. Just keep having a tutu. Yep, having a tutu. But find your mentors. So find your mentors, and if you can connect with them, even on a if they're still around, go and visit them, go and talk to them, reach out to your art mates, and just learn, just read, just talk, just tutu, and explore. Yep.
You got any last shout-outs to our whānau? Anyone?
Oh, just want to shout out to all of TMAC, because it was supposed to be a bigger event, and then COVID happened, and it sort of, you know, the funding got suspended, and then the unknown happened, and we weren't sure what was going to happen. And so we weren't allowed to apply for the same thing, so we had to cull it down knowing that there was an unknown. And so I want to reach out to all the other Taitokerau art whānau that aren't in this show as well, because they're a really important part of the wider whānau unit. And we still have that show to come, because this is what we had been planning for, but it just couldn't happen because of COVID, unfortunately. But it's coming. It's coming. We'll get there and we'll do it, and we'll have another big, massive art exhibition for everybody. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I won't lie you anymore. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
I told you I'm so bad.
No, she's... Yeah, you'll get tours. Dorothy will take you on a personal tour, telling you about every single piece of art, the artist behind the work. But in the meantime, we're here till 7:30, 8 o'clock. No mai, haere mai. FM, we're at the Ngatoki 2020 exhibition here at Hihiaua, Whangarei. Look at this beautiful being next to me. Ko Andrea tōna ingoa. Tell the people who you are, please.
Kia ora, my name is Andrea Hopkins and I paint pictures for a living.
Paint pictures for a living. She's so famous, it's not funny. Andrea, tell us how important is the Taitokerau Maori Art Collective, the Ngatoki 2020 exhibition, the partnership with the whānau of Aussie, all of it, the whole journey.
Oh gosh, really important? No, this is 10 years. I don't know any other group of particularly contemporary Maori artists who have gotten together and stayed together. There's only really been one other crew in history who have sort of done that. I might be overstating it just because I love it so much. I mean, when you get to, art's quite solitary. You're in a studio a lot of the time by yourself, so to just have your, what do the kids call it these days on the Insta, to have your tribe and to have all that sort of stuff. Just, they're all over the north and whatnot, but we come together, we do this for people. We also, from what Colleen and Manos taught us, we totally believe in the art of Manaaki. Art is the living face of our culture and we thoroughly believe that, and we just want to give that offering to as many people as possible for free. And then we also get to sell some artworks, and some artists in the north get fed.
Cool. Yeah,
and their rent paid. Oh no, the red dots are very good.
Yes, very good.
Yeah, there is a recession, and times have been hard this year, but there's also a lot of good things happening. I know businesses that have trebled in size with online sales and things like that. And art and creativity is that path. I mean, you can work in the middle of nowhere. We've got ones coming down. Well, sorry for you far north people. I didn't mean to say you were in the middle of nowhere, but you can work on your home. You can work from home. You can work as long as you've got an internet connection. You can put your artwork out there. You can stay and have those relationships with your own whānau, and then have wider relationships with the international Indigenous artist community. It's really important because you see those similarities with the First Nations of others as well. You don't feel so alone or like it's a purely Maori experience, particularly when you go and travel. And then those other people bring their experiences here, and it's all through that art, doing stuff, More dui, less hui. I'm a bit of a firm believer in that.
All about the action, eh?
Yeah. It's good to be part of a group that is action orientated instead of not
oriented. Okay. I've spoken to a couple of people, and the one word that's been coming up often is mentoring, and especially for people just getting into it. I was just talking to Rhonda, and she was like, mentors. So yeah, do you hear? Well, obviously,
we had some of the best ones, and with Colleen and Manos, Nathan, and when they passed away, we didn't realise how important they were. So sometimes your mentors are people who you're around all the time, but you might not think of them as that because they might get on your case or they might be hard on you or something like that. And then they pop off, and then you're left with their words and what they taught you and the values that they gave you. And then you just want to carry that on. And now we're turning into them. And that's it's a different way of thinking, when you end up being the, and you're not the one playing
the master. No,
but you're no longer the one playing up at the back. You're the one that they're going. You're here, and it's like, no, I'm not. And it's like, but it's that transition period, and I think with the arts particularly, it's that handing on because it's a living face. It's a living face of the culture. Then it never really dies. So our totara have sort of fallen, but the new ones are shooting up. And we're getting there because there's lots to learn. I'm sure when Manos and Colleen were in their 40s and early 50s and 30s, they weren't necessarily thinking about their legacy as such. But when they did, their legacy was massive.
Speaking of, how proud are you about all this stuff tonight, Andrea?
Oh yeah, no, it's lovely. No, it's lovely. And then people come. That's the lovely thing too. Because we don't know. When you're at home, we've got our kōrero and our kaupapa and our stuff that we work on, and you never know what it's going to be like when it hits a room full of people who haven't had that experience. So I sometimes say it's like going to a psychologist or a psychiatrist, telling them your most intimate personal details, and then you leave that appointment and then they put it up on the wall for everyone to come past and have a view. So it is really intensely personal. I hide out the back a lot, generally, but look at it. Everyone's interacting, from the peepees who are like, everyone's got a kai, everyone just feels warm, the chatter, no one's scared. Some
birds in there too.
yeah, no, they're welcome. But you know, some gallery environments in like the mainstream world aren't necessarily welcoming, or that you don't feel welcome in them. And we want to change that experience. So, you know, people feel comfortable walking in that fine arts environment.
Speaking of, next 4 weeks it's going to be on.
Yep.
I know I've heard Five Dot's going to be, or Dorothy's going to be, take people through.
We all come and mind it. Cool. Eventually. Yep. We've all got our days. Rhonda's made sure that we're...
What's a day?
I'm subbing whenever somebody else can't make it.
Cool.
So, yeah. But you can just find me on the Insta if you really want me to come down and have a kōrero about anyone's stuff. I know most of the work quite intimately and the artists, because it's been 12 years. Officially 10, but 12 we've been together. So, just give us a holler on the Taitokerau Maori Artists Collective Facebook page, or my page is Andrea Hopkins on Insta or Facebook. Just let us know.
Any shout-outs to anyone? Everyone's at home, I don't know, overseas right now, watching on the live stream. Andrea, you want to do I don't know.
No one wants me shouting, because I'm quite loud. I might blow your microphones. Anyone who knows me will know that. Kia ora.
Okay, awesome. You have a lovely evening.
Thank you.
All good. Andrea Hopkins, Mara. So yes, we're still here. 7:30, 8 o'clock. Next 4 weeks, come and get this exhibition. Oh, that was good. Ngatoki 2020 exhibition kei konei mātou kei Hihiaua. Ko te whare toi tēnei I whakatūria ai e ngā iwi e ngā hapu o te Taitokerau whānui no reira. E koutou ngā kaumā taki kei te kāinga. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Those of you overseas, close from down the road. This woman needs no introduction, although we're going to do it anyway. Whai Dorothy Waitford. No one here forever and ever. Whai Dorothy, tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe Amber. Tēnā koutou.
Te hana, ko ai koe whakamohio atu ki te iwi.
Kia ora koutou. Ko Dorothy Waitford tōku ingoa. Noho ana hau kei te taha o te moana, kei Matapairi. No Whananaki, taku whānau. Ngāti Wai, Ngāti Hine, Ngā Puhi Nui tonu. Ai.
Tēnā koe. E hoki ana ku mahara ki te waia mātou I te kura. I think ko whai Dorothy pia tētahi o ngā wahine tuatahi that, you know, art. Art was, I think you were my first introduction ki te ao toi. Yeah, seriously. You know, I never knew of any artists before Whai Dorothy, and then we had Whai V who came to kura, and then it was like, wow. You know, so mi harora watu. And now I get to interview her. She's our final interview for tonight before we sign off. So, Whai Dorothy, kia u katoa mai ngā tangata I te kāinga. How important is Ngatoki, this exhibition, and of course the Taitokerau Maori collective as well?
Oh, as important as you want it to be. Yeah. And yeah, we've been going now for, 10 odd years, and we are a good bunch of mates, and that's really, really important. That gets us through the hard times, and it's not always that easy. And sometimes as artists, you can end up working in isolation and feel like you haven't got people around you. So when we get together, it's really good. It's good for us. It's good for our mahi. It's also good for our, the mahi that we've been doing. Like, it's not for nothing. It's not. Yeah, we don't do it for no good reason. We're part of a legacy. We've been trained by some of the best Māori artists, and so we're carrying on in that legacy, if you like. So yeah, it's a real honour and a privilege to sort of keep that going, moving forward, and it's always about the future generations, of course, and we learn as we go, as you well know.
yes. And well, we all know, the amount of people, significant people who have lost just recently, and a long time ago. E hoki ana ngā mahara kia Manos Nathan, era momo tangata, tērā momo tangata I roto I tēnei ao toi, whātorei, nui taroha.
Kia ora, yeah, and they were part of a bigger whānau too, of artists back in the day, Māori Artists and Writers Society, Ngā Puna Waihanga, Te Ate, Ngā Toi Māori Aotearoa, and so, like I say, we've been trained, we've been sort of the pathway was opened up for us as students. Like, we all go back to North Tech days, and and further than that, and so we're about creating those pathways for others to come through as well, and wanting to create the relationships with meaningful relationships as we go along with other artists, but also whānau and our communities and our hapu and our iwi. So we're on that trajectory, if you like, And just want to say thanks to all the people too that have helped us get there. It's not just our whānau and our hapu and our iwi, but it does take a lot of support from government organisations like Creative New Zealand and our own Creative Northland, Hihiaua. Yeah, lots of support from lots of people. Yeah, spoken, unspoken support. Yeah, so,
and this year particularly has been...
Ngāti Hine. Kia ora koutou.
Well, this year's, particularly for everyone, most people anyway, it's been a little bit hard. COVID, mera momo, kaupapa, and now we're out and we're like, a month away from Christmas? And now we're here tonight. Proud moment.
Yeah. And we're here till the 5th of December. So, yeah, it's a good opportunity to come down. If you haven't ever been to Hihiaua, to the cultural centre, come in. We've got a place where you can sit down and relax and watch videos and stuff that we've got here that are related to the exhibition. And there'll be weavers down here too, Himuata and some of her students. And then there'll always be one of us here, so we can talk to people about, you know, the exhibition, about artists, about any questions they might have. So, yeah, we're rolling into Christmas now, aren't we?
Not that far away either. Engari, Whaidot, 4 weeks coming up. I've heard you're one of the main tour wahine.
I just put my hand up for Wednesday night so that anybody who's working can't make it during opening hours during the week, come on Wednesday night.
Monday to Sunday for he mihi whakamutunga kōrero awhina, maybe some words of advice for people who are only just about to get into it, apopo, maybe haven't even, you know, thought about it. I've been hearing mentor from a lot of people that I've spoken to tonight. You know, find one, stick with that one. No, but yeah, kōrero awhina.
Oh, just like have a lot of faith in yourself. You know, there's lots of ups and downs. Keep doing the work, keep doing the mahi, and yeah, no, I don't get a chance to get into the studio often, so it's really important just to keep going and have that faith in yourself and connect with others, because that's where it all makes sense.
Come on, Wai, can you look down the barrel and say whatever you want to say? Last words, Kinga. Everyone watching at home right now. No. Yes, and just in case you missed it, here is a video of the Central Queensland Aboriginal artist that played earlier this afternoon. This is the Toki 2020 exhibition at Hihiaua Centre for the next 4 weeks. Nō reira, Mau, to sign off for Dorothy.
I just want to say kia ora to all you fellas over there on the other side. Yeah, kia ora.
Tēnā koutou, Ngatoki 2020 exhibition, Hihiaua, haere mai, nau mai.
Jari, you're go Nacho. Hey, Banjala Dakunjala. Hey, knock me out, go, Ben, I'll go. Hey, no, knock out Majamandu.
Hello, Jerry Urungu Nacho, Parangelo Darkangelo. My name's Howard, Joe Butler. I'm of Garang, Yemen and Gunglu. I'm here to do an opening speech of my 10 years reunion with you guys from over the ditch. This here is the opening of the 10-year anniversary of us working on country. So we all come together over at Thornhill. Thornhill's my grandmother's birthplace. That's where she was born. She was born under a tree there. When the boys come over, when everyone come over, we tested each other out. We tried each other. So we see how far we can go. It was great because everyone, all the fellas, they all became great friends. You know, we tested each other out real good. So we knew where we could stand.
with each other. And yeah, it was great. I really loved being with them. So what we done on country was we all collaborated. There was myself and Alan, we collaborated with a bit of artwork. We were doing the paintings, so we done a bit of collaboration there. I actually made a boomerang from bush. I went out to the creek, I found a log, and they was amazed. Everyone was amazed that I found this log, took it back, and within an hour I made this returning boomerang, one that actually flew and came back. So that amazed everyone. So I really enjoyed myself with Bernard. Bernard, he was a brilliant carver. I learned a lot from him, and well, I hope he's still going over there doing all his work. I see him on Facebook every now and again, which is great. Rhonda, we've been doing a lot of work together. I like teasing her. I was teasing her with doing artwork. I was showing her how to do artwork and she was showing me a different way. So she was trying to do 3D artwork with 3D glasses on, which was a big laugh. BJ was one of the best. We got him with the frog, so BJ remembers the frog. And we had him with guanos, like guanos over there. There was a 1.5 metre long guana that came out from underneath the hut we were staying at. And yeah, no, it was brilliant. 10 days we spent together. They all complained about the timber. Our timber is burns a lot hotter, and most of the pots didn't last. So the clays weren't happy with the timber, what we've got over here. But yes, brilliant times. Sadly missed is Colleen and Manos. Auntie Colleen and Uncle Manos, they took me under their wing. You know, they sort of like classed me as one of the elders, and they spoke to me. They looked after me real well. I was really pleased with having them as mentors for us and mentors for a lot of other artists who come from Australia as well. We all collaborated together. It was like sharing each other's culture, sharing each other's work. It was great. We bonded. We're like whānau, like a mob. In our language, it's mob. We're all come together as mob. Over in New Zealand, it would be whānau. Auntie Colleen, she was great. She was great at everything. There was Manos as well. He was brilliant. He was brilliant with his work. I've kind of stuck with those two, but they looked after us real well, and they come over to Byfield for our gathering, so we had a great time there. A lot of rain, a lot of thunder, a lot of lightning, and a lot of snakes, a lot of insects around that these fellas haven't even come across. We had Sid Domick. He collaborated with a lot of the artists from over New Zealand. Bindi Wall, she collaborated with a few of the artists. Tricia, she also collaborated. There's Patricia Coleman. There was Roger. Like if it wasn't for Kerry, Nadine, Maud, none of this would have happened. So I'm really grateful for them to actually come and see me and invite me to this gathering. Hopefully everything goes well over at the exhibition. I hope everything arrives very safely, and hope everyone has a great time. I'm very sorry that we cannot make it, but hopefully looking for the next one. Bye for now. Nala Nulgiari. Bye.